know I'm sexy. Got the looks.
There it is, the Malloy theme song. And that means we are the PML Wrestling Show. It's the PML Crew. Rich Lopez, the mouth, the Jim Johnson of the mouth. Homeboy Malloy, Robert Price, top shelf, always with us. Hope you guys are tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Obviously, last week we gave the announcement. Sorry. No, yeah, it was last week. What am I thinking? We're wrapping it up. We did, unexpectedly, the first 2 episodes of Money in the Bank. Then King of the Ring. Last week when we made the announcement, it was SummerSlam 92. Hope you guys enjoyed that with Bret Hart, British Bulldog. We're going to continue the big pay-per-views that we're going to, we never got a chance to really cover with Survivor Series 2002, Malloy's favorite year in wrestling. And this is a pivotal for Survivor Series because A, it's in MSG, and B, it's the debut of the Elimination Chamber match. So I hope you guys are ready to cover the Elimination Chamber match itself, the roster 2002, maybe the upcoming generations and maybe the past generations, kind of like this transition period, what we think about that, and then obviously just the match overall. So before we get into what we've done over the past week, we'll give you guys the timestamp. So if you guys go on that Peacock, go to your WWE tab, go to Survivor Series 2002, and the timestamp is 1 hour and 53 minutes. Again, 1 hour, 53 minutes, even. You'll just see like an overview of the crowd with, it looks like Jericho's Tron is about to play. So while you guys are doing that, always got to start the show off with Homeboy. I know you celebrated your birthday.
Yeah, dude.
How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I'm like a fine wine. I just get
You
better
are,
with age.
bro. You're beautiful. Your gains, dude.
All about it, bro.
You
All
are.
about it. Yeah, it was a good time. I went to Breakers Brewing Company, played bingo. They also have a trivia night, and it was cool too because like people could bring their kids there. So I was like, it's something maybe we could do one day during the week.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
With that.
So
It's always hard with me working.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could always try to maybe find a day where I'm not working, or
Yeah.
I could scoot out and make up the time for it. But
yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then thanks to my wife, she got us tickets to go see. There's it's like a Pink Floyd cover band coming to the FM Kirby Center in September, so I'm excited for that.
Solid. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's called Australian Pink Floyd, the closest thing to Pink Floyd. I saw it when I was in high school 3 times, so it's really cool.
That's cool. So you already have like familiarity with it.
Yeah, it's a really cool show.
Cool.
So
And how old are you
excited
now?
29.
You're so old. You're like a little child for me, man. It's
I
like
know.
I've seen you blossom.
Yeah. I would say we started hanging out like obviously we were friends. I met you when I was 10.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously interacted pretty much a lot of our childhood.
Oh yeah.
But however, I would say we hung out on the reg though since probably I was like 18 or 19.
Yeah, I would say at least the last 10. It's like right
It's
right at the
crazy.
tail end of college or right after college.
And it was like right at the middle of college for me, like when I went to Kings and was just finishing up at LCC. So I was like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
We're old as shit, dude.
crazy.
You can tell
like,
by the
just to
gray.
think
Oh
about.
no, I got my hair cut. The grays aren't as much. You obviously,
looks good.
obviously you see it right here, but the sides, bro. The weekend was crazy.
I like the little cut you got right here too. That's cool.
Oh, right here.
No, you got like looks like you put like a part there.
Oh
Or is
no,
that
it's
a
not.
natural part?
I think it's a natural part.
Oh, I was gonna say, it looks cool.
I wish.
I
I
thought
wish
you were,
I-
I thought you were trying to do some like not Kanye.
Narco shit, dude. Oh.
Yeah. No, Drake. Like how Drake
Oh
had
yeah,
the
there's a
swirl.
heart. Yeah, no, definitely not that cool to do that, to even try it. But no, the coolest thing I did was it's already kind of growing in, and my mustache doesn't grow thick anyway, so it's almost caught up. But you saw it fresh on Friday.
Yeah,
what I was
it looked
trying to
good.
do. Thanks, man. I might do a quick trim. I got the beach coming up this weekend, so
Just rock the goatee, man.
I can't do that.
You can't do it yet?
Because I don't think it's actually even. Like there's a part that goes out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I can't
Neither
do
is
that.
mine. From like far away, you can't really see, but if you look close, like
Yeah.
it's actually like this hair is just long.
Yeah.
And it doesn't meet in the middle yet.
Yeah, I wish I could grow a mean goatee like Austin, but
That honestly, I was talking to Tippins last time I was getting my hair cut. Shout out Barber Bros, check them out.
yes, good shit.
He's like, whenever you want to do that baldy, let me know, man. He's like, and you could always rock the goatee. I'm like, I'm not. It's like it's not there yet. Look
Nah.
close enough. He's like, nah, yeah, you're right. He's like,
Yeah, but you got good facial hair to blend in.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you've done the baldy a couple times. It's a good look.
yeah, I might bring it back eventually.
Nah, dude.
Just rocking it out
Nah,
now. Hanging on to my last couple of maybe when I'm 30.
Ain't
it's
nothing,
gonna go
ain't nothing
new
wrong
style.
with the mini Hogan, dude. There ain't nothing wrong with the Hogan on the rise.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I'm actually going for a young Paul Heyman.
There you go, dude. There's nothing wrong with a little
Smash him
Heyman.
back and skull it. I have it coming out my head like my hat like this.
Yeah, that'd be badass. And then real quick before we actually get into the show, we had where work.
You want a glass for your wine?
No, dude, I'm at the
Sure.
bottom. No, I'm good. No, thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Sutter Home Peach Tea. What are you drinking real quick before I go to my story?
I'm drinking Yards Pale Ale. Just
You're a Yards fan, right?
Yes,
I think
Yards
Trogs.
and
like
Trogs
both.
are my two favorite
that's what I thought,
breweries. Both PA local, but they're my two favorites.
Hey, support local. I ain't mad at that. So anyway, at Visual Data, which is the company I work for, once a month we do like a 1 hour non-work related, like just to hang out. Well, it was only our second time we did it, but the first time we talked about movies. The second time we talked about hobbies. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty boring. It's just sports and more sports. I'll watch sports, play sports, talk about sports. I was like, I've kind of tailed off since I've had the baby, but I always try to find time to watch wrestling. And I was like, in fact, I actually did wrestling for a couple years. They're like, oh, shit, like, what was your name? Not shit. They're like, I'll snap. But
yeah.
My verbiage, oh, shit, like, what was your name? I was like, actually, it was pretty boring. I just kept it Rich Lopez, but I always liked Deion Sanders growing up, and obviously The Rock kind of mimicked that gimmick. So I was like, I went primetime Rich Lopez. They're like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm on YouTube if you ever want to check it out. I was like, damn. I was like, I wish I could get in shape again just to wrestle one more match. But then again, I'm like, I slept wrong last night. My neck's killing me, so I don't even know if I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm old.
I would say keep in pretty good shape, but I think that would.
Maybe we can stick the tag. We'll split the bumps. Split the bumps.
Yeah, I'll take all the heat.
Yeah, there you go.
I know, yeah. You took my heat.
Yeah. But it was
punch, slap.
When I was talking about that, I was like, yeah, I kind of miss it. So
speaking of last matches, what do you think of before we go into our thing? What do you think of the
Well,
Ric Flair?
let's hit play while we we'll hit play. So
because he comes out with Triple H in this before he goes in the chamber.
Yeah, so we'll do 3, 2, 1 play per usual. 1 hour 53 minutes.
This is probably the most watched wrestling match I've ever watched in my
chamber.
life.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting to why and the last match after.
Even if I'm hanging out just drinking a couple beers and nothing on that interests me, I'm not watching a series or something, I'm like, I'm going to watch this.
There we go.
Or for some reason, we were all hanging out this weekend. I came home a little buzzed and decided to watch Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam.
Oh, 5?
Yeah. I was like, I don't even know what I picked. I'm like watching it and I'm like,
I thought it was funny.
Like I thought it was funny, like watching it back. Because I'm like, Shawn Michaels not even taking this seriously. No. And I was like kind of bombed, and I was like, this is funny. Then I woke up the next day, and I was like, so, you know, like when you're in college, you have some regrets and stuff. I'm like, why did I waste my time watching that?
Yeah, that's right.
I was pissed. Like Sam's like asking what's going on. I'm pissed. I watched a stupid wrestling match.
Yeah, there's so many better options. You could have watched a ladder match with Guerrero and Dominic, but
I skimmed over that to get to
unbelievable,
that match.
Unbelievable. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, play per usual. So 3, 2, 1. Play, and we got Jericho coming down with the beautiful Titantron.
Break it down.
But yeah, going back to the Flair thing, I don't know. I'm still not really into it. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I think he's just. I mean, I don't want to say it's a money grab because I think of one thing that Ric Flair actually loves, it's actually wrestling. But I'm sure the money enhances his decision.
And they also sold out from where it was at and moved, and it's sold out again. So, I mean, obviously he's going to get a big take on that, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But they're doing like a documentary, like the road to Ric Flair's last match.
Oh, I guess that's kind of cool.
It's pretty cool. Like, they showed his first wife. She has his gold razor blade that he used to cut himself with, and he wore it around his neck. Damn. I was like, man, I would just think that's something like Scarface would do to cut cocaine, except for Ric Flair's cutting himself.
He's the original Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who's he facing? It's not Lethal, is it?
They haven't announced it yet, but I think it's going to be Lethal. I think it's going to be a tag match.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the Rock and Roll Express and Ric Flair.
And Jay Lethal.
Versus Jay Lethal and somebody. Because they shot an angle on his podcast 2 weeks ago, last time in that podcast, and they're like, oh, we're going to have another woo-off. And he's like, Jay doesn't want to show up. Conrad's like building it up like he's being a dick. And he's like, because Ric Flair's like, oh, I can't have you on the show. I don't know if I can have you on the show yet, like his wrestling match. And he's like, Jay's pissed because he's training me, and he's not booked on the show, Conrad. And Conrad's like, someone's got to work harder. And they're like saying all this crap, and like people are like thinking like, Ric Flair's talking smack on Jay Lethal, blah, blah, blah. As like 2 hours later, he's posting a selfie with him, like working out. So I was like, I definitely, like they were building it up, and like they had Jim Crockett on there like they're all
that's cool.
They're all talking smack on Jay Lethal. So I was like, but like Ric Flair was hesitant on it. I don't think he wanted to make it look like a shoot, but I was like, no, you got to.
Yeah,
man.
you had to just try to get as many people as possible.
And that's cool. Good for Jay Lethal because he's like the most famous guy right now that's not famous.
Yeah, outside
like,
AEW and WWE. Well, he wasn't. Is he still technically
he's
AEW or no?
He's supposed to be going back to Ring of Honor when it's set back up, but. Yeah. It's like Jay Lethal's awesome, man. Especially like that Black Machismo character and everything else.
Oh, of course, yeah. He's really good. Real quick before I forget, this is the most forgotten performance ever because everybody's talking over Saliva.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed off. I mean, I'm sure they got a free meal out of it at the World, but
yeah, I'm sure. I don't know if they got paid or not. It's probably just.
Probably
a record company got something out of it, and that's about it.
Could be. I remember growing up, dude, and I always wanted to go to. Like the World, and I forget what they called it, WWF at Times Square.
Yeah.
I always do. I always just grew up wanting to go there. But this is my favorite entrances of all time, and I'm not talking about the Booker T. I mean, I always loved his theme song, but the short entrance, and then obviously as technology grew with the digital shit behind it. So like I've always said, like Rumble 2008 is like one of my favorite entrances, because it's like the old school short entrance with the like modern technology.
Yeah.
But I've always loved the short.
You see, Booker T made a comeback this weekend at his promotion, rocking his Harlem
Jizzed, bro.
Yeah, he's more jacked now than he was in '93.
Oh, for sure, '93. Yeah, I was gonna say Booker T in 2001 was pretty huge. By the way,
yeah, he was very big.
Yeah, you could. It's always crazy. You could tell when
and flows.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that you actually see that with a lot of wrestlers. To me, like personally, like I always feel like the wrestlers are in their best shape when they're not in WWE or they're coming or it could be, yeah, that's always a question, or like coming back from an injury. But I've always said it's like either they're obviously taking shit, which they could, not knocking them, they're trying to recover from their injury. But I've always said too, it's you're never going to be able to prepare for the bumps, but that's the way to keep you active. And the last thing you want to do when you're on the road 6 days of the week is, I'm going to work out, and then I'm going to wrestle, and then I'm going to work out again. It's probably like, I'll work out like 3 times a week instead of twice a day for every day when you're just rehabbing because you have nothing else to do. So I always think like it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I feel like...
it's like football, like even with football players. Like, the rehab's easier because you're just doing work on your body all day, where... football, you have to play football, you have to recover, you have to do light work just to keep active, but you're not doing the strenuous work that you have to when you rehab. So
just like a lot of wrestlers say, man, it's like the work isn't in the ring, it's the car, the gym,
exactly.
the training.
It's just to be consistent.
Like creative, trying to keep your creative up to date. This is the easy part.
Yeah, really, 100%.
Yeah, it's like a rock show. You know, the best part of being a rock star is playing that hour-long show.
Yeah.
Everything else is what you're actually getting paid for. The drives, the working, like the practice. Even some musicians have to work out because of,
Well, that's why that might be their moniker type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like if like Kiss, they were big dudes, so they had to like keep like that wrestling, like almost work out like that, and then plus like do all the stage show stuff.
Yeah.
I miss the entrances where they would have actual bands play. I wish they did that a little bit more. I like Saliva did a lot of good wrestling theme songs.
They did. It's like forgotten. I don't want to say the word forgotten.
Saliva is a forgotten band in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely forgot. Like I don't really follow that kind of music. Like
I do, and
I feel like religiously like that. Like obviously I know who Saliva is, and I know a couple other songs, but like I don't follow them to be like, oh yeah, like nobody talks about them because I don't really talk about that music. But in the wrestling world, when you think of like theme songs or performances, I definitely think they're kind of forgotten about, especially with WrestleMania 18. Look at the trunks on Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels had real bad...
you could tell he wasn't ready for this. I'm going to be full-time for the next 10 years? Okay, I guess I'll try to get ready.
Yeah.
Let me start off with my gear.
I guess I'll buy some tights.
Yeah, and I'll cut my hair.
Yeah. I just didn't get...
That's like what Foley did. When we actually retired from Mania, he's like, I cut my hair so I know when to come back. 3 weeks later. Okay. Hey, pal, you want to be commissioner? I cut my hair, and I guess I'll have to grow back.
Yeah, it's with Shawn Michaels. It's like between SummerSlam and but WrestleMania, like he pulls it back together. He has the great attire and everything else. Like this Shawn Michaels probably like digging in his closet for
That,
shit.
yeah, 100%. I was gonna
And
say
he's like goes to the seamstress. Hey, I got like these these brown tights. Can you put like HB and
yeah,
K
I don't know
on
what
it?
I don't know what he was trying to do with that, but I wonder what the finished product would have been because I've never really seen brown in gear. I think I've seen Christian wear have like a mustard color like brown or yellow before, and then obviously this is a yellow one, but I'm probably gonna I can't think out while I'm talking about what other people have
I
worn
think
brown
RVD
before.
should have. I think RVD should win this match.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go into it. Obviously, we have Triple H coming out, which I also about the short entrances. This is just what's so badass. You see the lighting right there, the screen, and then I think you just see the silhouette of Triple H. He just looks jacked.
He's another guy too who's gone jacked, skinny, jacked, fat, fatter, skinny, jacked.
Yeah, look at that. That's a cool ass picture right there.
Yeah. And it's
look at making Flair look tiny. I never even noticed that till now. Holy shit.
And Flair's 6'2", 6'1".
Yeah, well, Triple H is 6'5".
Yeah.
Too small right there.
I asked me to be Triple. I love Triple H. He's probably my second favorite wrestler of all time, behind the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
That's a picture you should have framed up over here.
Yeah, seriously.
Although I always think Triple H looks corny as shit without a beard.
Yeah, me too. I feel like he was trying to be
an ultimate heel or oh yeah,
Ric
you're
Flair.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
He was trying to be like Ric Flair, heavyweight champion. Especially his promos, I felt like they really delivered, but they weren't Nature Boy. I think this is his best promos he ever did. Was with Evolution and was with Ric Flair.
I was say I think you want to take off one that you don't want to put on that resume. The Booker
T.
T. No, no, that one too. The Booker T one also. Maybe you want to scratch off two.
The best was speaking of I guess things that would just not fly today. I was listening to a podcast with Chavo Guerrero, and I think this is awesome angle, and I would have totally did it, and it would have got a lot of heat.
Okay.
It's so I guess Roddy Piper and Chavo Guerrero Classic had a feud in California.
Okay.
And he's like, Piper's doing this promo. He's like, I'm bringing out the matriarch of the Guerrero family. Brings out a donkey. And that's the whole crowd's going crazy. Next week, he goes, I'm sorry, Chavo. I'm gonna play the Mexican national anthem on my bagpipes. Plays the La Cucaracha on the bagpipes. So I went and looked it up. He actually played.
Yeah.
He played it.
Dude, Piper would do so much shit for heat, dude.
Then the next week, people were trying to stab him.
Yeah, dude, Piper would do anything for heat.
That's where I think that would still work today. Where Triple H thing with Brooke Tell was like, oh, that's not a good way to go.
Yeah.
Definitely disrespectful. But that was.
It's weird too.
Because that's not offensive.
It's offensive, but
it's a heel offensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's different. I feel like maybe the verbiage and the action are two different things. If that makes any sense. If Piper came out with a donkey, right? I'm even trying to compare it with now. But again, I don't know.
You could do that you could do that for any race.
No, I'm saying I'm just using that as an example because that's what you said. So
yeah.
What was I gonna say? Just think of any race, but if he were to do that, yeah, stereotypical. But to me, it's like a comedy show. I don't know, maybe not, but I don't mind that because bringing in props makes it look comedish.
Yeah. And it
doesn't make it look
real. A character. It's Roddy Piper versus Chavo Guerrero. It's not, Chavo Guerrero the man versus Roddy Piper.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird. When you say stuff and you don't.
Cheap heat versus good heat. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah,
and that's good heat.
Yeah.
Booker T, Triple H, cheap heat.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there's no. What am I trying to say? There's no comedic relief. Yeah. Or there's no. I guess any relief with it, if that makes any sense. When Triple H says that, it's just he continues. There's no relief to where Booker T says something back or
Triple H gets the egg on his face.
Say gets the egg on his face. It's just he continues the promo where even with Piper, him doing that and bringing out the donkey,
he probably
that's
lost
still
the match.
Fun.
He probably lost the match.
Maybe, yeah. But even if he didn't, that's still fine because it's still bringing out props or whatever. I think lessens the effect. Now, I could be completely wrong. Obviously, other people are wired differently.
I think that's hilarious.
I think this actually breaks right here.
Yeah, this is the era, though. I think all of Triple H's promos were good, but some of them, oh my God, that's crazy. That just went too far. And there was no payoff though. The stuff he did with Kane, I think Kane could have been world champion at this point in time.
Yep.
Booker T, Nope.
No
Actually,
payoff.
everyone in this match, Triple H
say, if you honestly think
beat
about
and
it.
had no payoff besides Shawn Michaels.
Exactly. If you think about it,
Rob
They
Van
say
Dam.
even earlier. This is what's so crazy about the year 2002. Like in the beginning of 2002, Triple H returns, and he has a feud with Jericho.
Yeah.
And Jericho's tag team champion right there. Like, also shout out to Jericho for bringing out the belt. By the way, bringing out the tag belt, trying to make it mean something. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know not a lot of people would do that, but Jay already bleeding. That's crazy. It's like 5 minutes in the match. I feel like hard roll.
Well, his sternum's broken in about 10 minutes, and he goes for another 40.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, the larynx. Yeah. But yeah, like it is weird how like with the Triple H feud, and I think that's why it's kind of forgotten about in 2002. Like for me, I think I always say the best year was for Triple H was 2000. I think 2001 would have been a phenomenal year if he didn't get injured. I think 2002, he was a good heel, but I feel like his match is you can't really think of a good match, like a memorable match outside of Shawn Michaels.
You can't, and just think, he feuded with all these guys. And
Yeah.
they are all good. I don't remember the matches, but I would assume they were good. I mean, it's the cool thing about this match, though, in my opinion, is Triple H has such a stoic rivalry with each individual throughout the years.
Yeah.
Like him and Jericho,
It kinda-
18, they had a great Hell in a Cell match.
Yep.
Him and Kane,
In the fall.
and it leads up even after this, where it goes from that Katie Vick angle, it goes into where he loses the mask. Triple H is kind of responsible for that.
Yeah.
And then even before that, he's feuding with Austin and Taker, like that 2-man power trip thing going on.
Yep.
Obviously Shawn Michaels, him and Booker T would have a good storyline here, and even in 2006 when Booker T's being the heel.
Oh, and
Even though again didn't really pay off for Booker T.
No.
I just wonder if because Booker T was, in my opinion, WWE's answer to an extent, or WCW's answer to a Triple H. He was a young guy. He worked really hard. He got the world title. Yeah, even though one was a babyface, one was a heel. I just feel like
through the ranks.
The ranks wise, moved himself up, and I feel like Triple H was probably that was probably the only person that might have scared him to take a spot. I think Booker T could have.
I've always said honestly to me, I feel like whenever Triple H was not in DX, I feel like there's a million people that could have more charisma than him.
Yeah.
Now granted, I think he's a way better heel than a face, but
Impeccable worker too. It's just I just think other people could have got the belt at this point in time.
yeah, just even switch it up. I feel like he's had it since. Well, Bischoff came in September, and then he just handed him the title. But so this is actually a fairly new reign.
I feel like he had the championship until 2006.
It's what it honestly feels like he held it till 2004, with Benoit is the one I always think about. But I always forget about the Goldberg reign. But yeah, I don't know. But before we get the new participant in here with the countdown, I have 2 questions about this. Did you like to start off with RVD and Triple H?
Yeah.
Or would you have picked somebody else?
I liked RVD because I feel like this match really showcased him, and I really wish he had a better spot at Mania and at.
Yep. I feel like this is kind of.
It's RVD's coming out party, in my opinion.
It could be 100%. I feel like it was. I don't know. I mean, Booker T doesn't have a memorable spot in here, so I don't know where the payoff is. With the creative backstage saying all right, let's go Booker over RVD, but
honestly, I would have preferred RVD versus Triple H at Mania, and Triple H could have, I just feel like it would have been a better program.
I think we say that now though, with hindsight, especially with Booker T not winning when he was supposed to. But I always say in the fall and early 2003, Booker T spin and Rooney thing was huge.
Yeah.
They would literally just go after Raw, they would just spend an hour in the ring just doing shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think RVD's I don't know if he's a better worker. He's definitely, obviously, as you just saw, a more innovative worker. Probably
Booker T is just a good pro wrestler.
I mean, I always hate doing the bailout with triple threat matches, but I think it would have been cool because it was still so fresh. If you think of mainstays of wrestling, at WrestleMania 19, you honestly could have did Booker T versus RVD versus Triple H. You could have had each staple from each promotion. Essentially.
You could have had, and then Triple H could have been I'm the best because I'm still here, and Booker T's I'm WCW, the 5-time world champion. RVD's the EC,
well, he was the longest television champion.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that's a bailout. I always think Triple H or triple threat matches could be done when done right. I don't know where that would have fit in because I know.
Especially if they kept it the invasion angle, that would have been really good.
That would have been so cool. Would have been so cool. But I mean, that's obviously all hindsight. Like, I didn't mind the Booker T Triple H match. I just hated the ending because of the weeks of questionable promos.
Yeah.
But whatever, that's just hindsight. I do wish RVD had a more. I'm thinking of his WrestleMania catalog. I wish he had a better WrestleMania resume because he's such a good worker.
Yeah, his resume pretty much is Money in the Bank match, his opening contests. Him and Regal had a good match at Mania, right?
Yeah, they did.
But that was his really only, I would say, featured singles match.
Yeah, 2007 they did the originals versus the New Breed.
Yeah.
And then did he do anything else after that? No. So yeah, I mean, like I feel like he's a talent that kind of got misused at WrestleMania, like a lot of others. But I'm so WrestleMania centric. I'm just like I wish these legendary wrestlers, because if you look at this match, dude, it's they're all in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Or about to be.
Yeah, pretty much all of them besides Jericho.
Yeah. So like I do wish that.
Do you think Jericho goes in still working at AEW? Because that's where he's going to wrap up his career.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I just think he has a respect for Vince. Actually, just got people are saying like they're shitting on him because of two statements he said. He said that Vince isn't going to get in trouble because technically he didn't do anything wrong unless they prove that like he used other people's monies. But if he used his money, then he's fine. Which there should be no heat with that comment. That's a common sense comment.
Yeah, and the other thing he said too about it was. He didn't pull Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, he didn't pull people's jobs. He was like they both had an affair.
He's just like, hey, you want to have an affair? Here's $4 million. Don't say anything to anyone.
Yeah.
Thanks. As long as he didn't take anything from stock, bro. Like, I mean,
that's the only thing.
Yeah.
We obviously will find that out with the investigation. But then the other thing too, and this is always true. I've never really said this. I hate it. He's like the word I hate the most is the word botch. He's like, you watch a sporting event and somebody messes up. You guys boo for, a second and that's it. He's like, you go to a Broadway show, somebody would somehow mess up or forget a line. You don't yell at them or whatever. He's like a wrestling fan. He's like a wrestling match. Somebody messes up. First thing you guys do is just start this huge ass chant, blah, 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 saying you effed up, you effed up. He's like, let me go to your job and do that or whatever. He's like, this is our job. He's like, mistakes are going to happen. We're human beings. We have lives.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, Jericho, you're right. That's why I never really did that before.
Jericho, to me, he's just he's just timeless.
I completely agree with you.
Very
I honestly
good
think
heel, does not use cheap heat.
Does not use cheap heat. Yep, I agree with that. It's a very good face when he wants to be a face.
At this point in time, was this the ass clown thing?
Essentially.
Calling everyone ass clowns. That was really fun. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Very good, too.
Of course. I think actually in 2002, 2003, he's very underutilized.
Yeah. Well, a guy goes from being the first undisputed champion to being, tag champions with Christian.
Yeah, there you go. If you actually think about I always try to do that too once in a while. Now that you bring that up, that's funny. Because if you go like the beginning of the year to the end of the year, that's why I always like to do like a Rumble to Survivor Series type thing, just to see where they're at, or like a WrestleMania to the following WrestleMania. That is exactly right. Jericho's the first undisputed. Missed that. But yeah, Jericho's the first undisputed champion in January, and then in Survivor Series, the last big show, he's tag team champion, like you said. But there is Spinneroonie in MSG. That's when he actually did like multiple. I'll be an engineer right here. Revolutions. Yo, here's the tease right here, dude. Look at this.
Yeah.
That could be WrestleMania 19.
Booker T and RVD have a match at WrestleMania? I feel like they did. Did they? No, I don't think so.
They're actually tag team champions.
Yes.
And going into WrestleMania 20.
Yeah.
So in a year and like 4 months from here.
This would be a good feud. This would be
That'd
a
be
good
cool.
like WWE title feud or Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I agree completely with that. I was going to say, like, if this is obviously during the brand split, this would have been a perfect, whatever the lesser of the two titles were, that would have been a perfect match for.
Yeah.
But
I feel like at this point in time, too, it was hard to capitalize on who the other like lesser than champion was, because to me it was the world title, but some other people who just watch SmackDown regularly would say it was the WWE with Kurt Angle and Lesnar.
yeah, no, you're 100% right. And speaking of that, we're going to go into Survivor Series 2002 once I load this up. But what I was going to say is, talking about other matches on the card, obviously Lesnar and Big Show were on here. And I wanted to know, like, what did you think of this transition? Because last week we did talk about 92, and now essentially Hogan was out the door, Savage was there, Flair was there, but he's not really WWE. Warrior was there, who just came back, and I feel like just didn't gravitate with the audience like he used to.
Yeah.
So it was like literally just like Savage and Brett, and then so that made like '93 very, very questionable with who's taken seriously, who's not, and then '94 you kind of get the building of the new generation.
Yeah.
Where here I've always said like the beginning of 2002, you still have Austin and Rock, and then like post WrestleMania 18. It kind of like dips, and you kind of just have Triple H and like Kurt Angle. But I feel like Kurt Angle kind of gets used to a lesser degree. Obviously, I think he's in a tag team match in this on this show. Oh, this is where the Triple H injury happens, so we'll let this breathe a little bit while I search and continue my thought process. But if you guys are watching, it's RVD's about to do something here, and this is where Triple H is legitimately hurt for the rest of the match. So we still have like another 25, 30 minutes in this match.
That was a straight potato sack.
Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. And you can even see like RVD grabbing his knee like, oh shit. That's insane,
That's
dude.
terrible. Crazy that he was able to wrestle. Also, that's my favorite Triple H tights that he's wearing.
Those are cool tights. I used to always like the purple, actually.
Purple was cool, too. I loved how he tried to do like the Ric Flair bit for a while. Where he went like red and purple and black.
Yeah, no, you're 100%. Oh, snap. I accidentally typed in 2022. Do you know what's on my birthday?
That's cool. Where's that at?
I don't know. TD Garden, Boston.
There you go. Upaka car.
What was that, 5-hour drive?
4 hour. About 4.
4? Okay. Terrible Boston accent, by the way, on my end, so I apologize. But anyway, before we go into this, obviously, Triple H is just like, I cannot breathe, so shout out. Oh, yeah, RVD just got eliminated. My bad, I missed that. My head was down. That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. He's pretty much telling Triple H, like, get the F out of the ring and recover. He needs to go in the Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, him and his brother, I think they're just really good referees.
I wish they should do more agents. Like, that's what the Warrior Award, I feel like, was originally for. I'm definitely not shitting on Shad Gaspard getting it this year because he was actually an employee by WWE. But
you should just put him in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I feel like
100%. Crime Time.
I feel like Crime Time should, but like
after you get
they'll be there.
I mean, after this, well, Steiner Brothers are in now, but like after Demolition, like you could definitely put in like a couple gimmick tag teams because I always say like, outside the title reigns, it's the gimmicks and the long lasting. Yeah, i.e. Bushwhackers going in.
Yeah. I mean, the Bushwhackers were just kind of like just a big gimmick with kids.
Exactly, honestly. Yeah. And that's what makes everybody remember.
And that's what Crime Time was, too, because that was kind of like the, I was a big fan of Jordans and what they were wearing and what they were doing. Flavor Flav was really popular then with his reality
Flavor
TV
Love,
show.
baby. Yeah, look at you.
That's where you get, the gold grills and stuff like that. Like, that's kind of like a take from that.
The people's champ, baby.
Yeah. So that was cool, and it was cool. Like, they were mixed. Dude, they were teaming with Cena. Like if Shad was still here, I could see them making a comeback. I'm sure there would be connections at this point.
Completely agree.
He seemed to want it to be Hollywood, but whatever. I think that'd be badass. And plus, like he actually people were in trouble and stuff, and he actually helped them.
Exactly.
Like so, he was he'd come in and be like, not world. I don't think he'd be world champion, but a good Intercontinental champion, especially after that. Imagine. I'm surprised WWE wanted to get the rub after that. Yeah, we heard Shad just beat someone up outside of a club, trying to rob the place. So
yeah, no, he did a lot of things. Yeah, that's why I'm happy for him. But before that, there were a couple people, rightfully so, they went through a lot of hurdles, but they weren't WWE related, which is what the Ultimate Warrior said in his speech. So they went through shit, not shitting on them. I'm just saying.
No, the awards are supposed to be. It's like
for WWE people that don't get recognition, that went through a lot of shit or helped a lot of people.
I feel like it's just like. Not a lot of people get recognition. It's like getting the Employee of the Year award. I mean,
think of, like I said, like Hebner.
Yeah.
Think of every big match that you watched. Yep. He's at least been a part of it. Or Kyoto.
Yeah.
Dang, look at that. That got a little pop, huh?
That plexiglass probably was not fun to go through either.
Nah, I mean, you get that right corner, it's over. But
that's how I feel because it's like hey, there's a lot of deserving people, and there's a lot of people that need the spirit of the warrior. Like, that's how the award is as well. But at the same point in time, just like, hey, these people work here, and that's what it was for. So that's what you want to hear, too. You want to hear stories of, like, successful people that, there's people who are probably very, very wealthy working for WWE who never laced up a pair of boots.
Yeah.
Actual employees, like
Yeah.
people doing the travel, the people doing the payroll, the people doing
Exactly.
booking the buildings.
Especially in the 80s, where
Camera
you would do,
guys.
Yeah, you would do three travel routes.
Yeah.
Like there'd be an A show, B show, C show. Can you imagine trying to book that?
I can imagine booking one.
Yeah.
But even too, the cool part was, like Road Dogg has a podcast. And he talks about, he's like, the most important thing I tell all the new guys: learn every cameraman's name, because he'll make you. And look he made Warrior, he made Macho Man, Hogan, all those camera guys.
Yeah.
Even here, like this has got to be very difficult to shoot.
Oh, absolutely, with the greats. And I don't think there's. Well, no, there obviously.
There's a
somebody-
camera. I don't know if there is, or like they're
just,
close up.
Yeah, they're just zoomed in on the grate. But yeah, I completely agree. Like they're obviously what makes everything possible. Because if it was only, that's literally the camera right there, that wide shot that we would get. If
That's
there
a
was
hard cam, right?
Yep, the hard cam.
Yep.
If there was no camera people available,
Yeah,
that's exactly what it would be. There's definitely a camera guy in there, by the way. I think I just saw him, but I wasn't confirming. But he's so
I'm
close
sure
to
there
the
is.
post,
He's probably just trying to stay out of the
100%.
way.
Oh.
Dude, if I was a because some cameraman got effed up throughout the
he
years.
is there. But of course, but that's the other thing too. Like so, about being a camera guy is you're trying to get a shot without another camera guy in there. So that's what's kind of crazy.
I wonder
too.
if like any like the cameramen, like they're specifically like their whole career, they work their way up in WWE, or like you're going from shooting a movie to shooting this.
maybe
This guy, this
resume
is very
probably could be or he's
very
been a fan.
very, I would say very difficult,
Oh, 100%. All the
because it's
moving
not
parts.
you can't call cut.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's live. You mess up, you mess up. But yeah, let's go into Survivor Series 2002 real quick. Go over the card. See if you would have changed any matches. But first match, it was on Heat. We had Lance Storm and William Regal against Goldust and Hurricane. It's kind of crazy that Goldust and Hurricane didn't pan out, because right after this, I think you get Booker T and Goldust for a couple months, which is legendary shit.
Very.
Then you get Rosie and Hurricane, which is also legendary shit, no pun intended. Dudley Boys, a.k.a. Bubba Ray Dudley and Spike Dudley, with Jeff Hardy, defeat 3 Minute Warning. This is where I feel like 3 Minute Warning could have been something huge, but they kind of dropped the ball. This is right after that Billy and Chuck wedding.
Yeah.
They had a shitload of heat, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe it was their work in the ring.
I don't know why this didn't feud with Billy and Chuck afterwards.
Could have been that too, yeah. I don't know.
Makes
But
sense.
no, yeah, they were just misused. They kind of remind me of like Nexus or like the Wyatt family. Like after one big moment, after that it's just like, all right, we're done with them.
Well,
We're
just think
here for a
Billy and
prop.
Chuck weren't really used after that either.
Yeah,
'cause
you're right.
Billy Gunn became the one Billy Gunn again,
yeah.
and then
Palumbo
Chuck.
became a biker.
Yeah,
From the West Coast Chopper era.
yeah, I didn't.
Dude, I'm like, bro, you just had the bleachest of hair.
Yeah,
Now you have the blackest of hair.
yeah.
don't know.
Plumbo Commander, I think he could have been something.
He was ginormous, dude.
Yes.
Yes. And Billy Gunn, I remember my dad one time we went to a live show, and he was just like, I never knew Billy Gunn was this big. I'm like, yeah, because
See him now, he's even bigger.
I know. This is crazy. Other match, I think this is a very underrated match. Billy Kidman against Jamie Noble for the
Two very good cruiserweights.
Yep, for the Cruiserweight Championship.
And good for them to still have jobs with WWE to this day.
Facts. Very completely agree with you. Victoria versus Trish Stratus in a very good hardcore women's match. Victoria won. I always thought that this could have been a match that you saw at Mania, but obviously I believe they still were involved in a match at Mania.
No, it was a tag match. That was Trish and...
No, Trish versus Lita versus Victoria.
I thought it was Trish and Leah versus Chris Jericho and Christian.
At Mania?
Yeah, I feel like they had a match. And
Jericho had Shawn Michaels at Mania.
Oh, yeah, so it was the next year's WrestleMania. It's Christian.
And Jericho with Trish Stratus comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lita's not even on the show. I think that's when she broke her neck on that show. So she's not even on that.
Yeah, it's like a
WrestleMania
love
20.
triangle or whatever.
Yeah. Got Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. We kind of talked about that. 4 minutes, 19 seconds, dude. I think that's right up there with Bob Backlund and Diesel.
Well, I mean, Big Show was like, I love Big Show. I feel like he gave a service, but this was like he was really fat.
Easily transition champion. Yeah. He loses it next month to to Angle, which proves that this match was like
meaningless.
With this match, what I'm saying, the next match I'm about to say was like the SmackDown main event. It was Los Guerreros versus Edge and Mysterio versus Benoit and Angle.
Oh yeah. I
19-minute tag match, dude. Like you never get those in the WWE.
I remember that when I used to watch SmackDown. This is what year is this? 2002.
2002.
I used to watch this at my grandparents' house every Friday night. My mom would go out with my grandma, and I would hang out with my grandfather, and we would drink sodas and watch SmackDown on UPN.
Yeah.
And like he was like big fan of like 70s, 80s, like before the golden era of wrestling. And he's just like, I remember watching like Guerrero and Benoit. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
these
dude.
are men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be like, I remember watching with them. Like, these are wrestlers. Like, crazy.
Yeah.
And like Guerrero's Mysterio Angle. That was a great tag team, especially Benoit and
Bang. But no, I completely agree. But that obviously with the time a lot. You have
that,
a 5 minute. You have a 4-minute match with the championship, and then the following match.
That's how meaningless like that feud was.
It sucks too because Lesnar had a killer match the month before against Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted him to become a face, but I think there's definitely a better way you could have did it. You know what I mean? Like maybe have him lose by DQ.
Taker was awesome in my opinion.
Oh, it was absolutely awesome. It was needed. I think
that's
what got Lesnar as a face.
The Orton hit a cast on the whole time too.
Yep.
We sold that. That was cool.
Yep.
I think this gave Taker some prominence too because before that he really wasn't doing much.
No, I completely. Yeah, he was just a biker, and obviously,
he was a world champion, but he was wrestling a lot of new guys.
Yep. That goes into the transition of the roster. You're going from Rock Austin to you have Randy Orton coming in, Cena coming in, Lesnar's already there. But that transition of the Ruthless Aggression Era, which if you guys never watched that show on Peacock. It's a very good episodic show. But the one thing I do want to say is, do you think the 5-minute gap of the chamber match, we'll talk about this pretty much for the rest of the show. A couple questions about chamber match. Do you think the 5-minute gap is too much? Or do you like it? In between the people coming out. Because obviously Michaels was literally waiting for 15 minutes, right? 5,
yeah,
10,
I would try to do like 2 minutes.
Maybe 20.
Maybe 2-minute increments.
I was thinking 3.
2, 3, because I just think it's a lot. And especially now with people's attention spans, it's like, you want more and more now. Like feed me more, Ryback. But not like 5-10 minute wait times. And it's cool. This is a 60-minute match, and you still have, a long way to go here with just these 3.
Yeah, I don't know how Triple H is doing.
I don't know how either. Every vein in his body's sticking out. He's like, I'm gonna go out here.
Yeah, he's like,
I need 5, fellas.
It's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
You think Jericho blades Michaels here? Yeah,
he might. And that's another thing with the camera guys.
No.
They hide the blading.
No, I think Triple H before he went. If you go back, he went like this
to his trunks.
Like just like looked like he grabbed something. Maybe he did it there.
Maybe.
I don't know. And then he comes in. As I got older, this is something I look for in every match. From like,
but again,
discretion, I can never find it.
Yeah, that goes to the camera guy.
And I'm like, it's there, and then like,
whenever you see the referee try to hand it off, it
doesn't even look like it's at. Yeah,
like they're great at their job, like you said. They should definitely be commended. So I mean, I've always said like a good referee.
He's bleeding, so I think Triple H bladed.
Probably.
This is something I look for all the time. Find the razor blade.
Yep. Unless you're Flair at WrestleMania 8, it's obvious.
He's like,
okay. Dude, he does it crazy, too. He's just like, boom, boom, boom. And then he just starts screaming, like, to sell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, dude, you just did that to yourself. I'd be legit screaming, not even selling. But,
would you ever be able to cut yourself?
I don't know. I always thought about that. Like, if the question ever came, I would say this. I would cut myself.
I would cut myself, but also I would go clean the ring before my match.
That's true, too. I'd probably do that, yeah.
Because, I mean, especially in indie, I mean, I'm sure the ring is clean to an extent here. Everyone's making...
Oh, and WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the indie promotions, I'd be like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you were to blade your head, you can't obviously control it 100%, but I would be able to be like, all right, my cut's not touching the mat.
Yeah, I'm not taking a DDT, I'm not taking...
Yeah, like if I'm cutting my leg, I'd be scared because at some point I have to roll.
Yeah.
Or take a pin, and that's going to touch the
mat.
mat.
I guess I would be comfortable, in an indie setting, still cutting myself.
But again, though, it does 100% depend on the the promotion.
WXW already did it. That was pretty clean.
WXW, yeah, that was good.
We were the first match too. If you're the first match and you're blading,
Oh yeah, that's true.
you probably should be on a GCW show or an ECW show, not
Yeah.
your local small town wrestling company.
Yeah, because there's a problem. That main event's gonna be.
If you did that, if you did that, and I was a pro, and I'd come back and be like, all right, one, that was cool, but just don't. You guys can't come back here.
Yeah,
our main event is what was like a famous thing. When we were over there, all the fans brought belts.
The fans are about to hit the heel essentially.
Yeah, to hit the heel. So it's like you just killed the whole main event.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You ruined the show.
It's over.
Yeah. So yeah, there would be no blood in the first match, but.
But no, you're right though. Like you had to obviously use it with caution, but obviously, like you said, in a WWE scale or even WCW scale back in the day, yeah, that makes 100% sense.
Didn't Taker get herpes from Bob Orton Jr.? Like
Bro,
hepatitis?
I have no idea.
I remember reading
I never
that,
heard that
on a dirt sheet or something, like when he was involved with that feud. Taker got busted open and I guess swapped saliva with blood with Cowboy Bob, and he got hepatitis C. Okay. And that's not the one you get from.
I know Abdul the Butcher has hepatitis.
Yeah, and you don't get it from.
Wait, something on Modelo, dude? I don't know why I never noticed.
Oh yeah, dude, this has kind of been my go-to beer lately. It's probably what I drink at the beach too, honestly.
I ain't mad at that.
Modelo is probably my favorite
Michaels.
Hispanic cerveza.
Nice.
It tastes so good. It's so much better than Corona, in my opinion.
Nice. Were you continuing that rumor story about hepatitis?
Sure.
Well, I was gonna ask you a question.
Yeah, so pretty much that's like I read that somewhere, but that's like the hepatitis you get from like
Blood transfers, right?
blood transfers, not from sexual relations or anything. Like that.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like you could have been. That's and Abdullah the Butcher too. Like
New Jack, all those people that
anything
just bleed.
If you go on ProWrestlingTees.com, buy an Abdullah the Butcher shirt, that dude needs it. He has no health insurance and he has terrible health problems.
That's crazy. That makes sense.
So God bless him, and
Oh, he was a legend,
crazy.
dude. Him
Crazy.
and oh my God, what the hell was his name, dude? He got stabbed in Puerto Rico.
Oh, Brody. Bruiser
Brody, yeah, they had great matches. What the hell was I thinking?
So to me, that's just one thing. It's just like he was on Jericho's podcast. Jericho has like a GoFundMe up for him and stuff to help him, and his caretakers were on the show too. Very good show.
That's awesome.
I feel bad for the guy, and I really hope he gets whatever he needs because he got robbed blind by people over the years.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Dude, the man
crazy.
couldn't read. Can't read.
Yeah,
Crazy.
No, it's absolutely crazy.
Anybody's like so like this man, like I remember watching him like he's getting electrocuted, right? Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
thing.
the horror Chamber of Horrors match. Yeah.
And it's like like crazy like this man put his body through, and it's just like but it was so good. So
it was
good.
entertaining. He understood it. He was a staple in wrestling entertainment because he knew what to do.
Yeah, and he's so humble. Like in the interview, very nice.
Yep.
Everything else, like, and he's very soft spoken.
Yeah,
like you would think a guy, Abdullah the Butcher, like,
no, of course,
I'm gonna kill you, man.
Yeah,
like
yep.
you would think, like, yeah, that's.
Other people say about Brody too.
I would have
loved
loved
he
to.
looked like a barbarian and he
Yeah.
he sounded like it in promos, but when he would just talk normal.
Hey man.
Yeah, like, I mean, he wasn't that high pitched, but he would just seem so calm and
Yeah.
mannered and all that. It's just absolutely crazy.
Well, they had his wife on for one of those wrestling documentaries, Behind the Mat, and she's like, there was my husband who was like this good father, good dude. As soon as I drop off the airport, he'd take out the ponytail, and he was Bruiser Brody.
Yep, it's
I'm
crazy.
like, that's cool.
It is cool. What do you think about these final three? You agree with it? You wish RVD made it, to the end?
I wish RVD made it to the end and got eliminated in the Jericho spot, but it is cool because, like, right now you're watching it, 2002, you're like, is Jericho going to win?
Yeah, you can see that.
Jericho last year was world champion come Mania.
Yeah.
And, this helps sets the feud for him.
That's a beautiful shot. Again,
Yes.
camera work because you don't see it.
He is this starts a great feud with Michaels, though. So
That's true, too.
Any other way? Because I would say one of the highlight matches on Mania is him and Jericho.
Oh, 100%. That's the match.
Best match of the night.
It's one of the matches of the nights. WrestleMania 19 is so good. It's so underrated. Dude.
It is, and everyone's
We're gonna talk about that when we talk about
Yeah.
when we put obviously next week we're probably gonna do 92 Rumble because it's arguably the best Rumble ever. At least the most important. I feel like you cannot debate that it's the most important of all time.
Watching this back, I would say Triple H was gonna win. Yeah.
You would think so?
Yeah, that's Triple H booking. He wins all the time.
That's true.
Shawn Michaels,
Yeah.
like even at SummerSlam, they like Shawn. He might have won, but Triple H still won.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But this is gonna lead me to. Do you like Shawn Michaels winning?
Yes, I do. I feel like it's the ultimate comeback story. Once I also love too he's wearing cowboy boots there and still not wearing wrestling boots.
Yeah.
So that's again like just mismatching your gear and getting it together.
No, of course.
Like
yeah.
I could see it. Hey, you know where my cowboy boots are at?
Seriously.
I was gonna do a movie role, so I had these tights made.
I'm assuming he was gonna do HBK down the pant leg because there's H's on both sides. Yeah. And then what is your favorite? I mean, you said you've watched this match a million times. Not really a million, but
enough.
Enough. Is this your favorite chamber match?
Yeah, my second favorite one is the one at SummerSlam. I believe it's with Goldberg.
Oh, so the second one?
Kevin Nash. Yeah, Kevin Nash.
And then here's my last question, probably for the chamber, unless you have any. Do you like this version of the chamber, or do you like the new version?
There's nothing better than the original. And one thing I do want to comment on, I wish this wasn't Sean's only title win in the next 10 years.
And the second run?
Back.
The second run? Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he was
when would you book him to win again?
It's against Cena.
Mania?
Yeah.
I like that. I do like that.
And then Cena I would just have him hold it till SummerSlam and have him and Cena go at it again, and Cena gets a victory over him. Because Cena's still like a younger dude.
Yeah, you could always say
he's a young guy. Shawn Michaels, the old wily vet. And you look at Shawn Michaels' career, the second half is.
Oh, dude, you could argue it's better.
It's almost better, yeah.
It's 100%. You could argue better.
Because he's just, as Mick Foley would say in his podcast, good Shawn, bad Shawn. He's like, bad Shawn was an amazing wrestler, but good Shawn was 10 times better.
Yeah.
Just because I guess he did a lot in the back and stuff too.
Oh yeah, the backstage stuff.
He put up he made Shelton Benjamin.
He did. He eliminated him 3 times in the Rumble too, but they're all like memorable.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, that Sweet Chin music spot's like that's like forever in footage.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I've always, when I first saw the new chamber, I was kind of upset. But then I thought about it. I was like, you could do so much more outside the ring and utilize the chamber more for the crowd. Because again, when you're on TV, it's obvious. The camera guys are gonna get their shots in, as we see here. That's a kind of a cool angle. I feel like I never saw that before.
They should definitely do a documentary on the first Elimination Chamber. Because I feel like they haven't.
They kind of, they say they touch on it in the Ruthless Aggression match, but. Well, I mean, if you think about it, they've had Hell in a Cell DVDs. They've had ladder match DVDs. They never really did a chamber one. And maybe it's because it's the length, maybe?
Yeah.
Because this is still like a 50-minute match because you have to include the entrances and stuff like that. But, I mean, yeah, that would be cool to do a little bit of a background story on it.
I just don't know how you wrestle in cowboy boots. They're comfortable. They're not that comfortable.
I don't know. I mean, Crime Time used to wrestle in, like, Tim's or lugs or whatever they were.
But I don't know if lugs because they had that contract
lighter.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel I wore lugs in the past, like the boots that just come up to your ankle.
That's what I mean. So like maybe
very comfortable. Cowboy boots, I have them.
Yeah, but if they're below the ankle, that's kind of scary for landing. I mean, not that they did a lot of.
Well, no, they came up like right here, like right wrestling
past
shoe stop. Yeah, just like right past the ankle, but not like Timberlands where they rise up.
I got you.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're not doing like 450 splashes, so it's not really.
And then landing on your feet like Rollins.
Yeah. I mean, Crime Time wasn't doing that. Shawn Michaels wasn't doing that.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, so we're going to do the 92 Rumble because obviously some people, if you were to take a poll of 100 people, I feel like 90 people are going to say that's the best Rumble ever. I think 100 people, or at least 99, would say it's the most important Rumble. The sells on Michaels. Like, it's crazy that he's out of the company for 4 years. But
he must have wrestled every day at that academy.
Seriously, he had to do something because he just looks too smooth. He looks like Rich
Do you really
Lopez.
believe that he had a bad back issue, or do you think it was
I
just
do. I just don't think he needed
life together?
I mean, 100% the second one. But I also think that he did have a broken back or, severely bruised back. Sorry, if you guys are listening on Spotify, not watching. Triple H pushed Hebner off the rope.
Dude, Triple H did abuse Hebner
all the time, dude. All the time.
But Hebner would get that come up on him in the house shows and stuff.
Yeah. And he also got his little comeback during the match, too.
Yeah.
But I definitely think he had back injury. I think he would need a year off, like the standard, like Benoit when he was out for a year, and Edge was out for a year, and Angle was out for like 6-7 months because he's a freak of nature. But the standard like neck recovery is like a year. So I think that's what Shawn Michaels needed. Yeah. But I just think he was with that year, instead of rehabbing, he like rehabbed, but personally got worse.
Yeah.
So they're probably just like, yeah, you gotta take more time, and that's kind of what happened, unfortunately.
Vince is like, I have no problem paying you, but that's where his first $12 million went. Yeah, I have no problem paying because I don't want you to go anywhere else. But at the same point in time, you're a hazard to me and yourself. So
you gotta relax.
So this second half of his career, man, was just so impressive.
You know, I do agree with you too. That I do wish he was a champion. I always thought with the Orton feud, I thought that was a really big important feud. And then I thought, especially during the brand split, like the climax of it,
you could throw him over and SmackDown. Him and Edge would have been great.
That would have been phenomenal. Yeah, him and Edge. But I was thinking him and Jericho, like that feud was amazing in 08.
Yeah, I feel like he should have won the ladder match.
Yeah, so amazing.
In 08, yeah.
So amazing. But I was gonna.
He challenged a lot for the belt over the years, just never.
He did.
Never won.
He definitely.
Shawn
did.
definitely a lot. Like you can never say like people will still make like Shawn Michaels all about himself winning everything else. Be like okay from like 95 to 97, but from 2002 to 2012,
nothing.
Yeah, nothing. He didn't win a match.
Yeah, he really didn't.
The two greatest wrestlers of all time, Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels, never won a match.
Yeah, seriously.
So it's like people get their balls busted. Like Bret Hart, he gets all
look at upset. You think Hebner's talking to these wrestlers? I just realized that. That's the other thing too. When you used to like when you're starting out in training, you start off as a ref too to like work the ring and all that. He's literally walking side to side talking to the ref. I'm like, God dang, you're making it a little too obvious.
Well, I'm sure Triple H is like...
Oh, he probably can't talk also, yeah. But, I mean, no, I understand on the Triple H side, but he's literally running up to, like, Shawn Michaels right next to him, tuning up the band. But...
He's like, he's coming. Yeah, he's going to kick you in the face.
Like, dude, just tell him. Like, Triple H, I understand, because he can't probably... He's probably in so much pain, he can't hear, he can't speak. But I'm sure Shawn Michaels, who's just placating to the crowd...
Time!
Yeah, he's, like, placating to the crowd. I'm pretty sure you could talk to Shawn normal, but... Yeah, so we got 92 Rumble. Following week, we're going to each pick our favorite WrestleMania match. We can get a WrestleMania match in there for both of us. Crowd goes wild on the kick out. That's awesome. And then the finale for at least a very long time. Again, we're still up in the air on like if it's an actual finale, but at least we got a lot of shit going on between us two. Like I said, we're going to get together probably weekly to at least get together to watch a match or two to keep up with
or golf.
Wrestling stuff, or golf, or both, alternate a week, but we're just not going to record and stuff like that. But yeah, that'll be the finale. So we got Rumble 92 next as we get the ending here. Beautiful, quick, to the point. Crowd goes wild. 1, 2, 3. Shawn Michaels wins at
JR
MSG.
in the background. Oh my God, that's awesome.
It is cool. He got to get a call. Look at the crowd goes crazy with the lights. It is cool. But
well, it's
yeah,
just
Rumble,
like, just imagine being a fan of Shawn in 97, he leaves. Mm-hmm. And so it's literally gone for 5 years. So if you start watching
such a
when
difference
you're 10,
in 5 years, right? Isn't that crazy?
You're 10 or 12 years old, and now you're like 17, and you're like, holy smokes.
Watch me, like you missed the whole. Like if you watched wrestling in 97 and then you missed it, and you start watching it again in 02, you missed an entire I don't want to say generation, but you missed an entire era.
Yeah, you missed
like you
Austin,
completely missed the Rocks.
Yeah.
Like at least Austin in 97. Let's just say you watched the 97 version of Austin and the 2001 version of Austin. It's kind of the same person. Obviously, the 01 version's way amplified. But, dude, you completely miss Foley. You completely miss Triple H. And you completely miss The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock is Rocky Maivia in 97. And in the end of 2001, he's making movies. He's barely in the company. That's why, it's crazy his stint.
And then 20 years later, he's the biggest Hollywood draw ever.
Yeah, it's insane. Look at that picture. That's probably cool for Michaels. Yeah.
Well, it's just like, for him it was he had to get sober and turn his life around a little bit. So that's like a crowning achievement. Like something you love so much, but you lost it because you lost yourself.
Yeah.
Like literally lost your smile, right?
And that's the company saying, 100%.
That's the company saying, listen, man, you're the man. We trust you. World Heavyweight title was arguably the biggest belt at this point in time.
It is, yeah. I feel like the titles are at the same playing field for me personally. I know you said you're not sure. To me, they're at the same playing field, but they're both just not prominent enough. If that makes any sense, it's weird. Because Lesnar's there, but he's not the biggest thing. Shawn Michaels there. I mean, unfortunately, I wish he kind of held it longer than a month. I wish he held it to Rumble.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, me too.
Because I don't know, Armageddon, that pay-per-view's kind of like forgotten about. But
That's
a
the
cool
three
little way
stages
to.
of hell they have.
Yeah, that's a
That
cool
was-
little shot to close out the show. But yeah, it was the 3 stages where I forget what the first match was. Second match, I forget. I know the third match was a ladder.
It was a street fight, ladders, cage match.
Oh, ladder was second.
Maybe it was the last one.
But I don't remember. I just remember it was up in the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Survivor Series 02. Malloy's favorite year.
Yeah.
Favorite pay-per-view is SummerSlam still of 02.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know what my favorite year was. I always think about that. I always said like I used to like 97 because it was a new like competitor each, or it was a new challenger for each pay-per-view of the title. Same with like 96, but I don't actually know my favorite year. I don't know. I have to think about that. I'll get back to you next week for the Rumble 92. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was Survivor Series 2002, the Elimination Chamber debut. Shawn Michaels returning. That's actually the start of his full-time gig because obviously he returned to SummerSlam, but doesn't really do anything in that gap. And then Survivor Series, he comes back on invitation from Bischoff and wins the title, and then retires in 2010 at WrestleMania 26. But good match, very memorable match, very important match because now there's Elimination Chamber pay-per-views. But yeah, so I picked the SummerSlam match last week with Hard Bulldog. You picked the Elimination Chamber match for 02 for Survivor Series. We got, again, Rumble 92 coming up where we'll talk about that and the importance of that because that kind of made the stipulation that we know today of winner goes to Mania. Each going to pick our WrestleMania, your favorite WrestleMania match, and then the finale is just us. We are going to actually put on a newer match. We kind of just agreed on that pre-show. We're going to put a newer match on. We're not going to cover it. We're just going to have it on in the background, or maybe if we see a cool move, we'll talk about it. But we'll give the new era some love, but we're just going to go balls to the wall and just have fun on the last show. But if you guys ever want to look at our old shit or you guys still want to reach out to us, we'll probably still have social media. Like, we're not going to get rid of everything, obviously. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at PML Show. And then you could listen to our show on Spotify every Friday, or you can watch it on YouTube every Friday. And then if you don't catch it that Friday, it's on forever, so you can watch it or listen to it at any point. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys continue to have a good week and have a good weekend. I got the beach coming up.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
It is. We're going to get together. Obviously, 2 more weeks. We got a
big old beach trip.
Big old bachelor. Yep, batch party. That's going to be fun. But we got a couple more shows to talk about that and get ants for. So, as always, enjoy your week, enjoy your weekend. Hang out with your friends and family. Be safe. We are the PML Crew. Rich Lopez, Homeboy Malloy, Robert Price, Top Shelf. Enjoy your week. Always watch wrestling and watch whatever else you guys want to watch. And as always, peace.
Peace.